Oh, I love doing these. How are you, Andrew Lessman? Good to see you.
Great. It's always a little bit of an adjustment here because doing the shows from the factory is sort of a little different for us.
It is.
But we've done it. I was thinking, I think we've done these for 15 years. We do it a couple of times a year. And here's Marcel. Marcel knows I have treats, right?
And the stars of the show outside of our today's special are the puppies.
Can I have
just
a high
for the
five?
record.
Linky. Come here, Link.
Oh.
And here's Link. Sit. You around it? You're both of you guys. Good boys.
Aren't they adorable?
So this is Lincoln. Lincoln's going to be 11, and that's Marcel. Marcel's a year and a half. He's interesting.
he's his own man. How about that?
They are the best.
Well, Andrew Lessman, of course, making the world's finest vitamins. Yes, if you're watching HSN, this is where all the magic happens.
And that's what I was about to say before,
Right.
that we are in our factory. We built this special studio on this special set on the floor of the factory. So it's all glassed in, it's a separate air supply. That's why the dogs can be here. Entirely separate entrance and air supply. So you are actually seeing the exact place where all your products are made. In fact, that bottling line behind me is where the Essential One, our Today Special at midnight, and the Vitamin K2 MK7, our other Today Special at midnight. That's where all of those were bottled. Behind me is where behind that is where the Essential One was encapsulated and blended, and upstairs is where the Vitamin K2 MK7, because the liquid soft gel, was encapsulated. So everything I'll be talking about tonight, everything was made here. And in a little over an hour, we'll do a little tour of the facility, so you'll get a sense of exactly how we go about making the products that you enjoy.
Absolutely. So I'm sorry, I get so excited. I digress. When we begin the hour, of course, our star of the show outside of the puppies will be our two today's specials. So here's a quick little peek. Of course, if you are not yet familiar with the world's finest vitamins and how Andrew Lessman is so markedly different from what anybody else does in the industry, if you were looking for the perfect cornerstone, the perfect place to put your toe in the water, nobody does anything like this.
Well, it really is Essential One is the place to start.
It is.
It's a multivitamin. It's a place where there's no disagreement. Vitamins and minerals, they're the essential nutrients we need, we don't get from our diet. With My Essential One, you're getting a product that delivers separate levels of vitamin D, 2,000 IU of vitamin D3, 250 micrograms of the world's most unique B12, an orally available absorbable B12. And what even is perhaps the most unique attribute of the product beyond all its unique characteristics is the fact that if you looked at the reviews, and there's over 3,000 reviews, that over 85% are 5-star reviews. Almost 95% are 4- and 5-star reviews, and over 97% are 3-, 4-, and 5-star reviews for a multivitamin. That tells you that you are looking at something different. It will be easy to swallow. It won't upset your stomach. And despite how high potency it is, it will be easy to swallow and it won't upset your stomach.
Absolutely. And if you have not heard about this product, obviously you have to stick around for details at midnight. But if you were thinking of investing in a separate vitamin B, a separate vitamin C, a separate vitamin D, well, you've covered all your bases and then some.
It's all there.
It is.
You're getting your separate vitamin D level. Just the value of the D and the B12 alone are more, if you were getting those separately, you're paying less for the Essential One today and today only than you would for those two. Because our Today Special, once a year, I think we go through somewhere in the neighborhood of 30 or 40 million capsules with the Today Special today. And it's that efficiency that allows us to create the kind of savings you'll see on Essential One. And then our other Today Special is our Vitamin K2 MK7. It's in a liquid capsule. That's why it's not. We don't combine it with Essential One for a number of reasons. One of the more basic reasons is that Essential One is a powder and Vitamin K2 MK7 is best delivered as a liquid in a soft gel capsule. And what Vitamin K2 MK7 speaks to is something that we all need, and it's calcium. We all need calcium, whether we get it from our diet or whether we supplement. Some of us don't need to supplement. We get adequate amounts from our diet. But regardless, calcium in our body needs to stay in our bones. That's the reservoir of calcium, and that's where our bones stay strong and healthy when they retain that calcium. And we don't want that calcium in our arteries. We don't want it in our hearts or calcifying our heart valves. And vitamin K2 MK7 is all about directing calcium to the parts of our body, the sites in our body where we want to retain it, and avoiding its being deposited in the areas where we don't want it. such as our arteries. We don't want calcified arteries or other tissues calcified. So vitamin K2, MK7, it's as important and as exciting a breakthrough in vitamins. It's something that we've offered for a little over 10 years. It's only now being picked up by other companies, and it's something that all of us need to pay attention to.
I'm excited about that. And you've never done that as a Today's Special, right? Like ever. So we have so many great things planned for you. So it's going to be a fun night for everyone. So buckle up. One thing's for sure, you're going to absolutely learn about not only the world's finest vitamins, but how they're going to really let you live your best life. So we've got lots of things coming your way. Of course, more of the puppies and much more. So where should we go next?
The next product, what is the next? If we go over, well, we could always talk.
Yeah,
the next product is phosphatidylcholine. But what I was going to say, we should at least go over the savings on Essential One, and then the savings on vitamin K2, MK7.
Perfect. Okay, so let me do this just real briefly. So remember, you choose your 50, 100, 200, or the 400. That's your Essential One. By the way, the 400 is actually a special size also for the Today's Special. So that is available for you. And then, if it's okay, I'll just show you real quickly. On the vitamin K, remember that's never been done as a Today's Special. Once more, you turn the 60, the 30, the 60, the 180, and the 360. Huge savings, never offered as a finest value of the day. So hopefully, I know you're going to learn a lot about the vitamin K. It was something that I learned about from Andrew. Actually, I didn't even know that I should be taking that. I know you'll be compelled to do that as well. So once more, huge savings, one day only value. And just to put those savings in perspective again, it's like a vitamin B, D, C, or of course, all rolled into one. So as Andrew mentioned, we also have the PC liver. I should have known. This is also one of my favorite products, and I know you hear hosts saying that a lot. But Andrew, what's interesting about this, when we first started offering this, we would talk about those of us who take a lot of medications, might have a protein-intensive diet. But you actually alerted me to the fact most of us should be aware of our good liver health.
Well, the simple fact that our liver is easily the hardest working organ in our body. It has to do the most comprehensive types of chemical work, and it has to do the most intensive chemical work, and frankly, it has to do the dirtiest chemical work. So that's what our liver needs to do in terms of the medicines we consume, in terms of the alcohol we might drink, in terms of the pesticides or herbicides or fungicides or other chemicals that are abundant in the environment in which we live. It's our liver that has to process those. So the liver never stops working. Even if we don't drink alcohol, we don't take medicine, the liver still is the hardest working organ in our body. Phosphatidylcholine is the singular ingredient when it comes to the structure of our liver. It is the building block of our liver. It's funny, Lincoln is listening to what I have to say. He must think I have, he's just sitting right here in front of me. I think he knows I have treats in my pocket. But phosphatidylcholine is an ingredient that it is the most important structural molecule for our liver, absolutely also a vital structural molecule for our brain. That's why we call this PC liver and brain, phosphatidylcholine liver and brain. And again, so many of us are finding out, might get liver tests done, enzyme tests done at our doctor, we're finding out our levers aren't correct. Perhaps if you even had an ultrasound or other tests, they might tell you that the composition of your liver is less than ideal, which is relatively commonplace nowadays. And so I think it's a bit of an epidemic in our society that the way we live, what we do, challenges our liver. And the way we eat only challenges it further. The way we eat doesn't deliver this vital molecule to our liver. So again, if you want to pay a little bit of a respect or thank you to your liver for the work that it does, and it works harder than our heart, harder than our brain, our liver really has the hardest job of all, then phosphatidylcholine is the simplest, most straightforward, and the most affordable way to do so. Just 1 or 2 capsules a day, and as you can see, these capsules are just pennies a day.
They are indeed. So let's just do that real quickly. So you choose the 60, the 180, or of course we have the 360. This 11 o'clock hour not only is a warm-up act to our today's special, but this is really kind of a variety show. And we don't often see the PC liver, the PC choline going on special. So not only is that great to do, I think for most of us out there, most Americans are taking something, but you know, the way we live our lives, you have to remember, even if it's something as simple as a cold medication, it's going through your liver. So it's so great that we're doing these special savings.
Aspirin or ibuprofen or acetaminophen. Acetaminophen is one of the more common, pain relievers, non-steroidal anti-inflammatories, and I think it is the second, other than alcohol-related liver damage. I think acetaminophen is pretty high up on the list as a cause for liver damage. So a lot of these seemingly innocuous things or harmless things that we do when we engage in on a daily basis challenges our liver. Simply the way we eat, especially so many of us are having higher protein, higher fat diets. They might be supportive in terms of weight loss when we cut back on the sugar and carbs. Certainly that's a great thing. But again, that's something else that requires our liver work, because our liver's work spans pretty much every metabolic area in our body, from fat metabolism to protein metabolism to carbohydrate and sugar metabolism. So nothing escapes the hard work of our liver. And again, phosphatidylcholine, it is the simplest and most affordable way to go about supporting our liver. We have a product called our liver antioxidant extracts, more expensive, but this is really simple, it's affordable, and the clinical science and the research on phosphatidylcholine, because so many of us are challenged in terms of choline intake. Choline is an essential nutrient that most of us are not getting. In terms of the science, most of us are not getting close to the levels that are now required. So phosphatidylcholine, in terms of choline, delivers both the PC and the choline you need, which supports acetylcholine synthesis. What is Link doing over there?
I think he's looking for a treat.
Are you looking
Harrison
for treats,
doesn't
buddy?
have a treat, Lincoln.
Come here, bud. So, but again, if you want to pay attention to your liver and the soft gel capsules, I often open a soft gel capsule and squeeze that into Lincoln and Marcel's food as well.
Oh, no kidding. That's a great idea. Okay, I know we're very limited on time, and actually, since we are at the epicenter where the magic happens, we don't have a lot of availability on this, so I'll defer to the expert in terms of what might happen there.
We're good for now.
Okay.
But again, what's great about PC, as important as it is, as fundamental as it is to the structure of your liver, it is the most important phospholipid. It's 2/3 of the membrane surface area, represents 2/3 of the membrane surface area of the liver. It's the #1 phospholipid in your brain as well, has also been shown in studies. So when you're getting this for your liver, has been shown in studies to help with those normal age-related changes in memory, concentration, mental acuity. So you benefit your brain when you're helping your liver, but best of all, in that large size, it's less than 15 cents a capsule. So it's an opportunity to do something significant for your liver with a very small investment.
Absolutely. So most of us are choosing that large size, because especially if there's certain medications that you have to take every day. I mean, and you're probably burdening your liver more than you realize. Obviously, that's the best way to go. By the way, we do these shows, special pricing, free shipping, great flex pay,
everything,
and so more.
Everything available at hsn.com. And I think most of the products are also available on qvc.com as well.
Yes.
Our products are there as well. But at hsn.com, everything, and qvc.com, everything during a visit, which only goes until, we're going to go till Monday night, because we're going to do a question and answer the Monday night show. But typically it's just 24 hours, and everything is at special purchase pricing, free shipping and handling, but that will extend until Monday evening.
Absolutely. So we have something fun. And again, this is a variety show, so we've got a lot to get to. You are kind of famous for your teas. Actually, viewers always ask what Andrew has, and we're powered by the sun and your tea, basically.
I have two different teas here we're going to talk about. Our Egyptian chamomile, or organic Egyptian chamomile tea. We have it in stock. Sometimes we don't, because the supply of the organic Egyptian chamomile tea that we get is very, very limited. And sometimes it doesn't meet my taste standards, because I require it to be perfect. When you drink our chamomile tea, it's like drinking, and I have it in this cup cold, it's like drinking honey. And it never gets bitter. You could steep it not for a few minutes. You could steep it for hours. You could steep it for days. It never gets bitter. So whether it's our chamomile tea or our chamomile mint tea, they're perfect. The perfect tea for after a meal. The perfect tea before you go to bed at night. Chamomile is soothing and relaxing. Chamomile mint is refreshing, great for digestion, and also soothing and relaxing. So these are two teas I think that are almost perfectly reviewed.
They are.
And there's really no other teas like them. As soon as the supply of have either become available, we buy up all of the material we can of these teas.
Absolutely. You're actually going to see where and how they're made, of course. And to Andrew's point, on the chamomile, 4.7 stars. On the chamomile and peppermint, 4.9 stars. And America, let's be honest, as a general rule, we're not a company that's known for loving green tea. You have to try these. They're fragrant, they're aromatic, they're beautiful. It's such a delicious experience.
These aren't green teas. These are
Sorry, I'm
these
still
are
thinking green tea.
caffeine-free. In fact, just the contrary.
Right.
The chamomile tends to be a relaxing tea, and the mint, supports healthy digestion, as does chamomile. So the two of them are also a rich source of protective compounds. I see an image on one of the screens here.
Yeah,
that's just a picture of our chamomile blossoms.
Oh.
Typical chamomile tea looks like yellow powder, yellow flower.
Right. Yeah,
Ours look like yellow flowers.
They do look like
instead of being just a powder,
actually.
because that's exactly what it is.
Oh, no kidding.
These are the chamomile blossoms. So ours is organic Egyptian chamomile blossoms that never gets bitter. It's just such an exciting tea, because at home I steep my teas for days at a time. They're in teapots in the refrigerator, and I rotate through these 6-liter teapots, and they will oftentimes, if I travel, they're in there for a week or two. So those teapots, the tea never gets bitter. That's the hallmark of all of my teas, green tea, chamomile, or mint tea. They never get bitter.
No, so you don't have to worry about that. So all you have to do is pick your size, and of course, that is the, ooh, look at this, the 30, the 60, and the 90. And one great thing, I was actually trying to grab one of these just so you could see these. With Andrew, everything is just a beautiful experience. You don't worry about strings. You don't worry. I mean, you can even see like these little flowers, this beautiful bouquet. It's such a great experience.
And what's our tea bags, as Shannon was saying,
Isn't that neat?
There's no little, we don't need to brand it on the tea with a little, with ink. Who knows what that ink is printed with and where that string comes from, or that staple or glue, whatever they use. So all you get is just our natural tea bag with the natural organic contents. So that's the way tea should be delivered, and that's how we go about making it. So if you want truly the most unique chamomile or the most unique chamomile mint experience you've ever had, then these teas, you'll be astounded. Plus, each tea bag isn't good for a cup. Each tea bag is good for at least a quart.
Good point.
Because they never get bitter. So you could steep them, instead of just 2 or 3 minutes, you could steep them for 20 minutes or longer. So
Absolutely.
You'll be astounded.
And by the way, we don't always have these in stock. So when we do, let alone at special purchase pricing, it's definitely something to take advantage of. And I think especially for those of us out there who are looking for that nice kind of soothing sort of ceremony or ritual to wind down at night, then of course chamomile is perfect. All right, like I said, this is a variety show, so we've got a lot to get to and not quite as much time as we would like to do that. So keep calling on your teas. Remember, you just choose the chamomile and peppermint or the golden tea. But we also have available, can I walk and talk? I'm getting my steps in, if nothing else, which is good.
We have a lot of...
We do have a lot of ground to cover. It's true. I am so happy you did this. By the way, I'll just get the precursor information out of the way. Healthy Hair, Skin, and Nails, one of Andrew's most popular products, most popular, but not everybody saw it as a Today's Special.
It was a Today's Special back in the summer.
Right, back last year.
So what we wanted to do is, because a lot of people often mention, I'm not saying complain, mention that they're not here, they weren't watching when we had that one-day Today's Special, so they didn't have an opportunity to take advantage of it. What we're going to start doing now is we'll do one monthly special for our key Today's Specials. So of course the Today's Special savings is always the best, given the quantity and the savings we get to experience when we make the product for you. But the monthly special will be just behind it.
Right.
So that's what we have here, the monthly special. And we also changed the sizing. We kept the price per capsule the same. So the former 500 capsule supply, the price is the same with the 360 capsule per capsule. The reason why we did that is feedback.
Yeah.
So many of you now use this product as a 1 capsule per day product. So a 360 capsule supply is a year's supply. So the product has just become more affordable. And again, for a monthly special, you're looking at 360 capsules. That's about 15 cents a capsule.
It is. So to Andrew's point, you choose the 60, the 120, the 240, or now the 360, which, like Andrew indicated, he keeps enhancing and improving his products. A lot of us take this. I take this every day, but now you can probably take 1 capsule a day. The big thing is not only special purchase pricing as this monthly special flex pay, free shipping. And what's interesting about this This was one of those kind of sleeper hits. It was a product that Andrew didn't necessarily want to do because he's known for science. And let's be honest, when you're having a good hair day, you're having a good day. And if vanity prevails, if you're looking good, it's kind of like a self-confidence item. But more importantly, with a product like this, you're probably going to be more critical than you are of an average supplement because it better perform. And speaking of that, not only is this one of Andrew's top products, it's one of his top reorder products. For something that you will measure a difference on, thousands and thousands of reviews.
I think it has over 4,000 five-star reviews.
Almost 6,000.
Almost 6,000 reviews total, and well over 4,000 of those reviews are five-star reviews. So it's an exceptionally well-reviewed product. I think it averages 4.5 stars or something like that.
It does actually.
4.5 stars, which means that over 90% of the reviews are positive reviews, probably closer to 92, 93%. But I was going to read some of those reviews. Haven't read any reviews yet. But it's a product that makes a difference in the only place that you can make a difference, on the inside of your body. On the outside, you're just covering up what your body produced. If you want to make sure your body produces the best hair, the best skin, the healthiest and strongest nails possible, you need to go to work on the inside of your body, and that's where this product goes to work. But if we look at some reviews here, best supplement for nails. I wore acrylic nails for years and didn't think I'd ever be able to have nice natural nails until I started taking this. My nails are stronger than what they'd be without it, and my hair grows super fast. I make sure we don't run out of this supplement ever. I've got nails. Amazing product. Thank you, Andrew. For the first time in my life, I have nails. I bit my nails as a child and didn't stop until I was about 19 years old. Even though I stopped, my nails always looked like the nails of a nail biter. I had very short, stumpy nail beds. Even with nail tips on, my nails never looked like everyone else's. This is the shocker for me personally. I expected to grow longer nails, not new, longer, normal nail beds. I grew new nail beds, I guess repeating that in capitals. I no longer wear tips. My natural nails are long.
Wow.
Beyond amazing results, I had major stomach surgery that affects nutrient absorption into my body, causing devastating hair changes, thinning, brittle, and frizzy. My confidence level had decreased and caused me to withdraw from most social events. I have taken Healthy Hair, Skin, and Nails now for 2 months, and I've recently noticed dramatic changes in my hair. It is fuller, bouncy, and so soft. I've tried the drugstore brand of this type of supplement for years and haven't seen any changes whatsoever. Andrew, I am beyond words and forever grateful to you for your research, knowledge, and ability to provide vitamins and supplements to the consumer.
Aww.
You are my hero, Andrew, and I'm a customer for life. From Barb in South Carolina. Wow.
Yeah.
That is. Thank you, Barb. Great results, a great product that really works for hair and nails. My wife's hair was thinning out on top of her head, and her beautician had her get a hairpiece to make her hair look fuller again. She saw that I had started using this product and decided to try it as well. That's interesting, a husband tried it.
Exactly.
Usually it's the other way around. After a few weeks, her hairdresser was washing her hair and commented that she could not believe it. Her hair was coming back in and was almost normal. She didn't need the hairpiece anymore. Wow. She is a firm believer. Wow.
You know what's interesting about that, Andrew, though? Guys, girls, there's a lot we can do, but if her husband is saying, men, I think, appreciate this product maybe even more so than women. I do, because, you know.
Well, I think whoever it is who tries it, and that's why we say it's sort of multi-denominational.
It is.
It's a product that no matter what your ethnicity, no matter what your hair type, no matter what your skin type, this product, we all share the identical biochemistry. And that's why you could read the reviews, and oftentimes in the reviews, comments are made about skin type or hair type or ethnicity. And this is a product that universally is applicable to everyone because we all share the identical biochemistry, and this product speaks directly to the requirements of that chemistry within our body that our diet does not fulfill. No matter how healthy it is, our diet can't fulfill those requirements, and that's what this supplement is designed to do.
Absolutely. So do we have time for any more reviews?
I'm not sure.
What do you think? think?
I think we should probably run along.
Okay, sounds good.
Because we have a couple more monthly specials.
We do.
to cover
Okay,
as well.
perfect. So just as a friendly reminder for you, special pricing, free shipping, great flex pays. Star of the day is coming up at midnight.
And just remember, it's a monthly special.
Yes.
So at the end of this month, and this is a short month. Today
that's
is
true.
the 23rd.
Yeah.
It'll be the 24th soon. So there's only 4 more days left in the month. So in 4 days, all the pricing on this monthly special goes up. And what I decided, since we're so close to March, I decided that we'd expose our monthly specials in March a little early. So we're now going to cover the monthly specials for March in advance.
Love that. Hey, happy belated birthday, by
Thank
the
you
way.
very much. Yes, we're all aging rapidly here. The birthdays seem to be coming on more and more quickly every year. It's
It's
hard to believe.
good. That's all that matters.
We can only try our best. My dad, I was talking to my dad today, and he was complaining about the aging process. And it used to be that when my dad would complain about the aging process, to his son, it kind of falls on deaf ears. And now I get to say, I understand.
Right.
And he doesn't say, yeah, right. He says, no, I know.
Okay. Well, as Andrew indicated, this is a lot of fun. We get to give a little pre-launch of the March.
We have some monthly specials.
We do.
What I tried to focus on for the monthly specials for March, because March is sort of the beginning of spring, were some of our botanicals. So we'll be talking about cranberry. We'll be talking about cinnamon, which is great to be talking about how we metabolize blood sugar. We'll also be talking about berberine and our green foods products. So we're going to be talking about 4 of our most popular plant-based formulas.
Absolutely. So just real quickly, I love this product. Boy, you should read some of the reviews. Those of us out there, I mean, honestly, if you have urinary tract issues, and by the way, men, you are not exempt. You probably know that, but Andrew's going to get into the details. You just choose the size of choice, the 30, the 60, the 120, or the 240. These are huge savings. And quite honestly, we sell more of the cranberry without any airtime than we even do when we're on the air. As I said, those of us who deal with those urinary tract issues, let's be honest, that is not a happy day for anyone. And not only can this help, I actually take this twice a day. I know Andrew says, once a day. But for me, I was having some real issues sleeping through the night, just overall comfort. This has actually affected how I live my everyday life. And if you've tried it, you probably see, and feel the same way. And when you consider the alternative, I know Andrew has a bottle of cranberry juice out here. Not only is the alternative bitter and expensive and chock full of sugar to make it palatable, this is a way not only to take control and really with the daily overall activities of our life, giving you more comfort and bottom line, giving you results. And by the way, that is one of the reasons 4.8 customer pick. Do you know I travel with this in Fibromucil along with my essential wine. I don't leave home without it. Seriously.
It's a product that I encourage everyone, if you're on the fence about this, if you're not certain about it, to read the reviews.
Yeah.
Cranberry is one of those ingredients. When I talk about so many ingredients, things like turmeric, which I've talked about for over 20 years, and now the clinical science is abundant on turmeric. We talk about cinnamon a little while here, that there are so many ingredients that were traditional remedies, plant-based remedies that might have histories going back thousands of years. Cranberry is really the poster child for a traditional remedy that has been validated by science. And it's one of those ingredients. It's not a drug. It's not a medicine. It's not to cure or treat urinary tract infections. What it does is it offers a positive change to the environment of our bladder, kidney, urinary tract. And it's that positive change in the environment, that influence on the environment, that makes that environment less hospitable for pathogens, a less friendly environment for the things we don't want to find making a home in our bladder or urinary tract. So cranberry, it's a very simple, natural tool. I always say, I just took 2 capsules now.
You did.
It's always, I like to take it in the evening, because in the evening, when we lay down our urinary, our output from our kidneys slows typically at night, which is good because we don't want to have to wake up all the time to urinate necessarily. And because of that, the contents in our bladder spends the longest, most uninterrupted time in our bladder at night. So I always look at the evening as being the most opportune, sort of an opportunistic time to consume cranberry, so you make sure that the protective compounds and cranberry are most available and best available for the longest period of time.
Absolutely. And, you know, I think for those of us out there, much like we always say with Andrew, a see the difference, feel the difference product, that's most definitely the case here. So remember, special purchase pricing, a little preemptive launch on March since, you know, February is so short anyway. Special pricing, great flex pay, free shipping.
And it's great pricing.
It is.
We're talking on this product, our cranberry product, again, a little bit more than a dime a capsule.
That's crazy.
Initially, you know, 20, 30, 40 years ago, I've been doing this for 40 years. Anything that was close to 20 cents a capsule was considered a very affordable product. So many of the products we'll be talking about this evening are around a dime a capsule or just a little bit more.
Wow.
So it's a great opportunity to get an ingredient that delivers benefits. I think many of us don't expect to be available from a supplement, but I encourage you to read the reviews on cranberry.
Absolutely. 4.8. Like I said, the reviews speak for themselves. So
virtually perfectly reviewed.
Absolutely. Okay. I remember, you know, if you deal with blood sugar levels, as a lot of us do, people had been demanding that Andrew do something like this and had been waiting for you to do something like this.
Yeah, there's a lot of products out there that, you know, supplement companies will claim it's, you know, as being like a blood sugar lowering product, or some other products will be blood pressure lowering. You really you shouldn't position dietary supplements as drugs for those purposes. But we've always sought a nutritional supplement or a dietary supplement that could help support your body's management of blood sugar, your body's metabolism of blood sugar and management of, say, insulin metabolism. Those are things that, especially as Americans, we tend to eat a little bit too much carbohydrate and sugar. We tend to be overweight and obese nowadays, so those challenge our ability to manage our blood sugar levels. So any additional natural tool that we could have at our disposal to help us kind of shift the balance in our favor when the balance seems to be going in the other direction, that would be, it's something that was requested for decades. And until we introduced our cinnamon extract product about a decade ago, the only thing I could tell you to do would be to make sure that you had adequate intake of key B vitamins and perhaps the trace mineral chromium. But now cinnamon is something that really has the scientific support to talk about how it can help and help us assist us in managing blood sugar, managing insulin metabolism. And of course, we should do everything our doctor says, or nutritionist or dietitian, in terms of modifying our diet. I'm someone who really doesn't eat sugar. There might be sugar in the foods I eat, such as fruits, but I don't eat foods that have added sugar. So sugar is something that is challenging for our body, and it's challenging for our ability to manage our blood sugar levels, certainly as we get older. And cinnamon is just a great tool, if we're making those efforts, a great tool to assist us.
It is, and it became a customer pick without special pricing, to just kind of keep that in perspective. So he has done a remarkable job, not only on the product, but the savings are absolutely over the top. The 30, the 60, the 120, and the 240. This is where it gets really interesting because, of course, for a lot of us, if you measure your fasting blood sugar levels, that's one of the things you'll read in the review. And again, it's not a medical product or cure or treatment for anything, but isn't it amazing with the lowest price that I have ever seen on this product, and free shipping and special flex pay, that you get this great, effective, natural tool that when you're doing the right things, it can help assist you in that area. I just think it's brilliant.
And again, it's another one of those products that the reviews speak for themselves.
They do.
It's pretty much another perfectly reviewed product. And again, we need to do the best we can with our diet. If we can, losing weight, that nothing will help our body manage our blood sugar better than reducing our body fat level, than changing in a positive direction our body composition. Exercise is important. Reducing our intake of sugars or complex, easy digestible, complex carbohydrates. Those are all things that will contribute to supporting our body's healthy management and metabolism of blood sugar and management of insulin. Because as we have more body fat on our body basically becomes less and less sensitive to the positive effects of insulin, and therefore ends up secreting more to try and increase the sensitivity. And all that does is increase the insensitivity. So what we really want to do is improve our body composition, improve our diet if we can, and certainly a natural tool like cinnamon can help support those efforts.
Absolutely. These make great gifts too. And of course, I'll mention that during our Essential One Today special at midnight, but 30-day money-back guarantee, which is also important to know if you are shopping for the very first time as well.
And also, like the cranberry, this is sort of a sneak peek at the March monthly monthly specials because, again, usually when you're on the 24th, and in a few minutes it'll be the 24th, you're a week or so away from the next month. But today, we're only 4 days away from March, so yeah.
I know, where did it go?
It's not a leap year, so it's only,
Right, exactly.
only 28 days in February. Yes.
I know, but you know what, that makes an excellent point. I think the new year, we think new year, new you, but when we try to do our optimum best, this is a wonderful way to help assist you in that area.
And also, all of the products we're talking about here, all of them are in small, soft, easy to swallow capsules. So everything is in a small, soft, easy to swallow capsule. It's not going, when you're trying to enjoy the benefits of a supplement, who wants something that's hard to swallow, a big tablet that upsets your stomach? None of my products will do that. You just get all the benefits you seek with no problems at all. And that's the way every supplement should be made, but they aren't always made that way.
Yeah,
but
no,
here, and as you can see, once again, you are in our factory. In the next hour, I'll do a little tour around the factory.
Perfect.
But you're on the factory floor where all of your vitamins are made. So this is not a set in someone else's factory, because most vitamins out there that you see are not made by the brand or the company that's offering them. They're made by contract manufacturers. In fact, most vitamins that Americans buy are manufactured by co-packers or contract manufacturers. Because of the quality of our products, we couldn't find anyone to make products that meet our standards. So we had to do everything ourselves, and we've been making vitamins. I started the company 40 years ago. Wow. This is our 40th year. So no one makes vitamins as we make vitamins. So it's an opportunity for you to experience something that's not available from any other brand anywhere else.
Absolutely. Now, were you doing something special with Berberine too?
Yes, Berberine, it's also going to be a monthly special. If we get another chance, perhaps on Monday, we'll talk about the monthly specials again Monday night. But Berberine is sort of the perfect partner with cinnamon. Berberine also exerts beneficial effects on our blood lipid levels as well. So Berberine is something, though, it comes in larger sizes because you need to be taking at least 1 or 2 capsules with each meal. Okay. Always best taken with meals, but you need to be taking 1 or 2 capsules with each meal. And the research, the clinical science on Berberine is beyond exciting, beyond exciting.
It's so funny. My director wanted to shoot the chart, and Andrew, I snuck it out of the shot. Wow.
Great. Amazing savings on Berberine. So fantastic savings.
We'll talk about 720?
That's our large size on Berberine. We do that because you need to take 3 or 6 capsules a day.
Gotcha.
So you're taking 3 to 6 capsules a day of Berberine, but the pricing is incredible. Great savings, 720 capsule supply. That's like getting 24, 30 count bottles. So it's an enormous, it's a very large bottle, but we'll talk about that again on Monday evening.
Okay,
in the Monday night show.
I'll tell you what, that's like a today's special savings right there.
Oh, it is. Well,
by far.
We've never had a today's special on Berberine, so it really is like a today's special.
All right. Well, we promise you behind the scenes. I can't even remember the last time I talked about Green Foods Complex, and I love this product. What's so interesting, you read my mind. I love it when he opens up one of the capsule.
No, it just shows you the power of the pigment, of the chlorophyll in these compounds.
This has to be the biggest savings that I've ever seen, though. I buy this, most of us buy this even when it's not on special, so $60, $180, $360, wow, $40 savings. Oh, now that's just the capsule, right?
I just put 1 capsule in, and this is probably, what is this, 12.7 fluid ounces. So, and you'll just see it'll get so dark green, almost black. Wow. And we're doing a little promotion for Voss Water here again. It's a pretty bottle. We'll turn the bottle around.
It is. There you go.
We need to have our name on the bottle of water. But as you can see, and what it is, it's a blend. It's a very simple blend of the 5 most popular green foods. I've had that requested that we do a green drink, so you could have a little packet where you could. It will be even more affordable to do that. So we're going to do a green drink in the future.
Oh, nice.
But this has, of course, it's gluten-free. Even though it has wheatgrass, barley grass, it's gluten-free. It has blue-green algae, chlorella, and spirulina. So it has the 5 most important, the 5 most popular green foods, all blended into a capsule. So it has 100 milligrams of each. 500 milligrams is the maximum fill into that capsule. No additives, no binders, no fillers, just 500 milligrams of green foods.
This is so brilliant, though. We have never seen savings like this. I have to say, I am blown away because, we all do our utmost best. I will say when I take that Essential One, which once more, you have to stick around to hear the details on that, are 2 today's specials starting at midnight. If you've ever gone to that juice bar or your smoothie bar or those health food stores, we all, I think, understand the value or the benefit of doing these green drinks, but who can tolerate them? I mean, right? You do like a little wheatgrass shot. First of all, it's expensive, and you hold your nose.
I think for me, wheatgrass, I think as a kid, I used to mow lawns. So for me, wheatgrass, it's just, I find it one of the most offensive tastes. It's healthy, it's wonderful, but the taste for me is just intolerable.
It is. It's like a lawn.
But you're getting all 5. You're getting spirulina, you're getting chlorella, you're getting blue-green algae, you're also getting the wheatgrass and the barley grass. So you're getting the 5 most popular, most important green foods in each capsule, and each capsule is 100% pure.
Wow. And speaking of that, I think it's interesting as you talk about chlorella and you think of the energy of the sun, which is how these products are made.
And these are all, what's up, Marcel? And these are, what, do you want a treat, buddy?
He wants a green drink.
He wants a treat. I'll have to give him a treat.
Yes.
Can I have a high five? Thank you.
Aw. Oh,
You
see,
can go over there.
Lincoln.
Link her too.
He's like, come on.
The guys.
Equal time, Dad.
And these guys, well, and I'll talk about it. I'll probably talk about it on Monday evening.
Okay.
I'll talk about, because they also enjoy the benefits of our supplements.
Right.
And I give them human supplements. I give them our supplements. But we're going to be packaging in the future, kind of like we have a little, we have a sweetener that's coming out in the future. But soon we'll have little packets like this that you'll be able to give your dog or cat. You'll be able to provide a joint product or an eye product or a kidney bladder product, whatever it might be, urinary tract product, but we'll be creating those in the future. I've been promising to do that for years and years and years, but we will be doing that this year.
Absolutely. So, you know, this is a great time to jump in. What's interesting about this, when I said this never goes on special, and you're probably like me if you've tried it, this became a customer pick basically without any airtime, if you want to think of it that way, and without special purchase pricing. So 4.7 star average review. Anyone who's tried it loves it.
On our monthly specials, I think the cinnamon, the cranberry, the green foods, the 3 monthly specials, I think each of them is either 4.7 or 4.8 stars.
Yeah, huge customer pick.
So basically just perfectly reviewed products, because to be averaging 4.7 or 4.8 stars, you need to be over 95% positive reviews, almost perfect reviews.
You absolutely do. Right. Well, this time of night, maybe you need a little extra zip, right? You might be dragging your feet a little bit. And this is actually another one of those cornerstone items for Andrew. Of course, not only one of his most popular, you know, one of his biggest reorder. Incidentally, not only is Andrew our largest business at HSN, lowest return rate, if that tells you something, especially on vitamins, but this is like another mini today's special, if you want to think of it that way. When I said you're dragging, this is all about fundamental energy. So if you are dragging, if you need a little extra zip, this is like energy on a fundamental level. So the 30, the 60, the 120, or the 240, once more, this is not only an extra savings event, but really, for all intents and purposes, it looks like another today's special. No one makes vitamins like Andrew. CoQ10 is you actually used to call this like a little mini multivitamin.
Well, for me, CoQ10 really is a vitamin, and it's appropriate that we'll be talking about Essential 1 at midnight as our today's special, because CoQ10 really is a vitamin. The coenzyme, because when a vitamin works in your body, it works in the form of a coenzyme.
Right.
So a vitamin goes to work as a coenzyme in your body. The very name of coenzyme Q10, obviously, is a coenzyme. So the work of coenzyme Q10 is the work of a vitamin. And as a vitamin, typically the definition, a vitamin is something that your body can't produce, that we need to get from our diet. If we don't get from our diet, there's going to be issues if we don't get adequate amounts. Either deficiency or insufficiency is going to cause problems. Unfortunately, fortunately CoQ10, our body can make a little bit of it, but unfortunately, it's a very limited amount, and that limited amount goes down drastically with age or stress or other issues. So CoQ10 is something that technically should be a vitamin, because what little we make, what little we have, suffers and struggles with age. And there's no nutrient that we deliver that I think makes a more significant difference in the experience of the folks using it than coenzyme Q10, which again is why it's right up there with our healthy hair, skin, and nail product in terms of our most popular product.
Well, and seeing is believing. I know we've been going through this a lot, but customer pick, virtually perfect reviews, 4.7. So once more, you are going to take this every day, and chances are everyone in the family is going to take this. That's why we typically see the larger sizes sell most rapidly, especially when we do the kind of savings that we're doing here today. So I have to say, on that 240, that 120, it is a bargain. And what's interesting about this is very similar similar to what Andrew would do with today's special, is where the price, because we'll talk about this when we launch that best value of the day. I'm so excited about that. Here's where our pricing does go, and here's where it is as a special. So not only are the savings significant, but not quite a buy one, but the price has become almost for double the capsule count, which you would spend for the smaller capsule size. So I hope you try it, whether you find that you're dragging, whether you're finding that you just don't have enough energy. I think probably one of the biggest health complaints that Americans as a general rule have when they go to a doctor is, doc, I'm just tired all the time.
Right.
And that's what most people complain about.
It's one of the more common complaints.
It is.
That when we go to see a doctor. And oftentimes, of course, if there's some pathology, if there's some health issue, that's something you deal with your doctor. But oftentimes, it's just the byproduct of the aging process, our diet, and there are certain sort of limiting factors in our body that affect our body's ability to produce energy. We cannot produce energy without adequate levels of coenzyme Q10. And as we age, those levels of CoQ10 go down, unfortunately. And with those decreasing levels of CoQ10, not only does our ability to produce energy that we experience as our get up and go, that say got up and went, not only do we experience it in that fashion, but every key organ in our body, the rate limiting, or the thing that limits their ability to function at their very best, is adequacy and availability of energy, which again, CoQ10 is that determining factor. We have plenty of fuel in our body. The question isn't whether we have enough fuel, but the question is whether or not we're going to be engaging in the work, the oxidation that generates. This is a positive type of oxidation, the oxidation of fuel, the movement of electrons, and coenzyme Q10. Its role is transporting electrons, and those electrons that get transported, it sounds kind of bizarre to even think about this, but the experience that we have in our life of energy, well, the thing that we have that we call life only exists because our cells are producing energy. Our cells are only producing energy because they are, on an atomic level, transporting electrons. Hard to fathom, but that each and every one of our cells knows on its own to be transporting these electrons, and each cell is responsible for its own energy. It doesn't rely on its neighbors for energy. Each cell has to produce its own energy, or that cell can't survive. And that cell must have CoQ10, or it's not transporting electrons, it's not producing energy, and it's not alive. And if those cells aren't alive, then neither are we. So CoQ10 is the very core, the very center of the energy production process, because again, it's hard to fathom. I think some of us think we eat food, it gives us calories, we burn calories, there's like a furnace in our body burning calories, and we have energy. No. Inside each and every one of our cells are these microscopic organelles, and those organelles are moving electrons on a molecular, on an atomic scale, and those electrons being moved, that movement of electric potential, that potential difference in that electrical potential difference, that's our energy. That's our being alive. So it's kind of strange to phrase it in that fashion, at least to me it is. But again, what we're talking about here is what goes to the very core of that process, and that's CoQ10.
And you know what's interesting, Andrew, you taught me this. I mean, not only great savings, by the way, that 240 count is the most popular, which is, probably what we expected, because you will take it every day. But if you are under stress, and quite frankly, who isn't? If you are taking other medications, specifically cholesterol-lowering medications, if you are dieting, as we get older, if you're maybe carrying a little more weight than you should, if you are carrying a little more weight, then you absolutely want to hear about the vitamin D that you get for free with our today's special at midnight. But let's be honest, life on this planet, we're so grateful, and we have such an abundant, blessed life. But the truth of the matter is, we do live stressful lives. We do have hectic lives, and quite frankly, who couldn't use a little boost? And remember, this is not like eating that candy bar out of the vending machine. It's not like doing like one of those little energy shots, but it is going to fundamentally, we're talking about energy, on a fundamental level.
And again, I encourage everyone to read the reviews.
Oh, for sure.
This is not caffeine. This is not a stimulant. No. This is something, you could take it in the evening. It's not going to affect your sleep. So again, it's something that goes to the very core of how every one of the trillions and trillions of cells in our body must produce energy, and that's by moving electrons. And CoQ10, that's its job, is moving those electrons. And again, that's the energy we experience.
Absolutely. I am so glad you snuck this next item into the show. This was kind of a late-breaking addition for us.
Yes, and circulation vein support, it is one of those products that we originally brought over, and I was told recently that we are pretty much, I think because it's a difficult ingredient and product to explain, and because I brought this ingredient over, originally now, over 20 years ago. No one else in the U.S. had this ingredient here, the key ingredient in this product, diosmin, over 20 years ago. And because we started so long ago, and because we've stayed in touch with all the clinical studies and the research, it's a product that I've been told that no one in the United States comes close to our volume in terms of this product. And again, it's one of those products that's almost perfectly reviewed. I think what is it, 4.5?
4.6.
4.6 stars. Again, that would be probably pushing 95% positive reviews.
It is actually. Hey, real quickly, because I know time is of the essence. We don't have a lot of time. If you stand a lot, if you sit a lot, if your feet, if your legs feel like they're heavy or they're moving even when you're not. I mean, we all know it's not a cure or treatment for anything. However, you read those reviews and they read like a love letter for those of us out there who love it, and I do. I don't think I could do this job because we stand on our feet for hours on end if I weren't taking this product. So the 30, the 60, the 180, and the 360. And one thing real quickly about that, since you are taking it every day, and boy, oh boy, just speaking from my own experience, it is especially a feel the difference product. Most of us do go for that 360. Now, of course, whatever your budget will allow, he also is doing nice savings on those Try Me sizes as well. Remember, free shipping, special pricing, not only that, but you're getting that 30-day money-back guarantee. So many reasons to shop for this, especially because when I said it's a feel the difference product, it is a feel the difference product very quickly after you start taking this. There are so many of us out there. In fact, that's why Andrew said I encourage you to read those reviews. When I say it reads like a love letter, people who weren't playing with their grandkids, people who weren't golfing, I mean, people who really were challenged even in their retail, in their occupation, just because we forget how hard our legs and how hard those veins work.
And the veins in our legs are among the most challenged tissues in our body.
Yeah.
And basically, our heart works very hard. It's pumping blood down to the largest musculature in our body, which is our lower extremities. And how does that blood get back? Gravity wants to keep it there. And how does our body get it back? Basically by pushing more blood behind it, which tends to enlarge and inflate those tissues over the course of our lifetime. And what's interesting about the key ingredient, diosmin here, that I would say probably 95% of the diosmin in the world.
Yeah.
The U.S. is a tiny market for that, and we are the majority of the market in the U.S.
Oh, wow.
We are the substantial majority of the market in the U.S., but there's probably 20 times the market worldwide in Europe, in Asia, and that market is with pharma, with pharmaceutical companies and prescribed by doctors, not because it's a drug. They position the ingredient differently in Europe and position differently in Asia because it's a natural ingredient. But it just gives you a sense of how serious the clinical science is. The research on these ingredients is as far as it's unparalleled. I would say the research on this ingredient is in many cases exceeds the research that we would find compelling in terms of a pharmaceutical. This isn't a drug or medicine, but just to speak in terms of the validation, the proof, and the science, that you're talking about ingredients, and certainly the reviews on this product being almost perfect, and we're talking about not a few dozen perfect reviews, but thousands of reviews. That's the kind of validation combined with the science that should have you feeling that if you look down at your legs, and the tissues are more enlarged than they used to be, that they don't look the way they used to when you were younger, the blood vessels are more enlarged, that your feet, ankles, and calves are swollen, whatever it might be, those tissues, you can make a difference. And you can make a difference with a simple supplement. It doesn't need to be a drug to make a difference. It could be a natural ingredient that provides natural benefits. And that's what, if you read the reviews, that's what you'll find with this product.
It really is. And I have to say for myself, and certainly you can read those those reviews as well. When I said earlier, I'm not so sure I would be able to do this job without this product. And you do read reviews like that, especially if you work in retail, if you work in a hair salon, if you're a mail carrier. I mean, those of us who rely on our legs and feet, you know, if you're standing on long hours, you know, for your job. However, conversely, the other aspect of that is also true. A lot of us, a sedentary lifestyle. If you're sitting at a computer, if you're sitting in traffic, if you're sitting at a desk, and a lot of us know that feeling where your legs just want to keep moving, where they feel heavy. And, you know, like Andrew said, even the appearance, that's a reason you don't wear hosiery, at least I hope not, but I can see the fashion war wounds, as I like to say. It's like, oh, well, I can see the line from pantyhose.
I don't typically wear hosiery.
See, now I really aged myself. Who even says hosiery anymore?
Hosiery.
I know. Hosiery.
Okay.
Sorry.
But I was going to read a quote from the science and then a few reviews. And then there was one more product. Just wanted to talk about our Friendly Flora product quickly before we start our today's special.
Yeah.
But if we're looking at, this is from a medical journal called International Angiology, which is basically a medical journal talking about circulation. And it's talking about the key ingredient here, diosmin with hesperidin. The efficacy, the effectiveness, was clearly demonstrated with a rapid improvement of functional signs in the first months, being maintained till the end of the study. A 30-day money-back guarantee is ample time to see. You'll see the benefits generally in a matter of days or a week or two.
True.
The reduction of ankle and calf circumferences, meaning the legs are smaller, is probably linked to a decrease in plasma filtration through capillary walls. That's less seepage, less leakage, and just less swelling. This fact confirms the positive role of diosmin with hesperidin on tissue microcirculation. And just a couple of reviews quickly. Wow, what a wonderful product. I've suffered from swelling and discomfort in my legs and feet every day since and before I had my knees and hips replaced. That's very common. A knee surgery, a hip surgery, circulation never quite recovers. This product really works for me. It has taken away that creepy feeling and leg jerking at night too. Many of us have restless legs that just seem to have a life of their own. I ran out, waited for a couple of weeks to test it, and back came all my problems, so I ordered the big size. The first time I took it, I was working in the garden, came in and sat down, and it was about an hour later I noticed my legs were not experiencing any discomfort.
Yeah.
I will not be without it again.
For sure.
Cannot be without. Pure miracle, pure genius product. Andrew, I adore you for being such a brilliant man. Very nice. And taking care of us and making us feel better just when we think there may be no hope. I get leg cramps, tightness, and discomfort, and this totally helps relieve all that. I'm just speechless and in complete awe of how this works. Thank you from Lily in Ohio. One last one. Incredible. This product had to be reviewed. I really would not believe it if I didn't experience the incredible effect it had on my life. After many doctor visits and treatment for leg discomfort over a 9-month period with no relief or change of any type, I decided to just give this a try. Here is the important issue. Within 1 week, I had minimal discomfort, and within 3 weeks, no discomfort.
Wow.
Thanks, Andrew, so much.
Wow.
I have my life back. Wow, I have goosebumps.
Yeah, see what I mean? The reviews read like a love letter. I mean, they really do. So, boy, it's almost time for that today's special.
Yes, so we covered a lot of ground here. I'll try to talk about circulation vein again before we go away.
Okay, perfect.
On Monday.
Oh, good. I was hoping we'd still have time for this.
And I just wanted to mention the Ultimate Friendly Flora. This is a time of year we're still focusing on our immune system. A lot of us do all sorts of things, like we take those proton pump inhibitors, the things that for, say GERD or acid gastric esophageal reflux disease, they actually are very serious medications, and most of us don't really contemplate that by changing the pH in our stomach, we change a lot of the characteristics in our digestive system, and one of those characteristics is our ability to maintain a healthy balance of friendly flora, and that's exactly what this product is. It focuses on the most scientifically established. There are thousands of strains of probiotics. We focus on the 5 most important strains that have been scientifically validated. We keep it simple, and we give you the key strains that have been validated for their benefits in terms of your digestion and in terms of your immune system.
Absolutely. And by the way, extra special savings event. So the 30, the 60, the 90, and the 180, of course. As always, the biggest savings on those larger sizes. Wow, that is a great savings, especially for something when we keep saying the world's finest vitamins and made in a way that no one else does. because I hope that you try what we call the Andrew Lessman difference. And this is a wonderful way to partner not only with your good health, but for a lot of us out there, we are taking medications, even if it's something as simple as using a lot of those hand sanitizers and antibacterial soap. I think when we talk about the basic, elementary function of our immune system, what a nice thing to help augment it and really give yourself a fighting chance regardless of what time of year it is. Again, not a cure or treatment for anything, but when you give your body what it needs, it's amazing what your body can do as a result.
And that's what I always say.
Yeah.
And probiotics are our friendly flora outnumber the cells in our body.
Wow.
So it's something that we really need to focus on because we do so many things that undermine the health of our friendly flora.
Absolutely. Okay, it's almost time. Should we do it? Okay, here it is. So are you ready? Of course, where the magic happens, it is our official first look at our finest value of the day. Well, of course, this is not a movie set. Those are not stunt doubles. Those are Andrew's elves hard at work for you. And of course, Andrew Lessman and ProCaps Laboratories, responsible for the world's finest vitamins. This is really the cornerstone to your perfect health. No one makes vitamins like Andrew. No one has a 1 vitamin a day solution like Andrew. So right off the bat, we really want to show you the great savings here because you know very well when we do this, not only does he do it in a way that no one else does when it comes to a 1 pill a day vitamin, the biggest savings that you will see of the year, 50, 100, 200, by far. 400 is something that we don't normally see as a size.